Shalom, assalamu alaikum, sat sri akal, hola, hello, greetings. This should be a fun one. I'm going to have a laugh with this one. I hope you too. And if you don't, oops. So give me a second. Good heavens above. Richard Branson. This is Richard Branson. Who's that? This guy here on the screen. What is he? Is he a prince? No, he's not a prince. He's a businessman. Oh, well, why are you showing him then? Because he just went to space. Did he? Well, he went about as far as I am from Sheffield right now. Oh, it's not that impressive. Yeah, but it was up into the sky. Well, what did he do that for? So it could then come down. Well, that seems like a big waste of time. Well, it's his money. Let him do with it what he will. Right, so let's listen to him. You know, he had one, instruction. Don't say the word cardboard. Whatever you do, don't say cardboard.
And it's been a dream since I was a little boy, building cardboard spaceships.
I'm going to play that again, so that you can see how he catches himself, having just said the thing he was told not to say, cardboard. He goes, damn it, I just said cardboard. Wait.
Since I was a little boy, building cardboard.
Yeah, building cardboard. Damn it, that was a word I wasn't supposed to say. And again.
A dream since I was a little boy, building cardboard spaceships.
Did you mean cardboard spaceships like this one? Was it like this one? This kind of cardboard spaceship that you were building when you were a little child in the 1950s, before NASA had made this cardboard thing? Is that what you mean, Mr. Richard Branson? Thank you very much, Danny Diesel, by the way. So, let's listen to it again. And this time, really pay attention and notice he realizes what he's going to say, and he's like, he has a little pause, but he's live, he's on a live thing, so he continues anyway, makes a mental note, don't say the word, and then he goes and says the word anyway, and I nabbit, I said it, and you can see it. Oh, it's so funny.
Nearly 70 years for this, and it's been a dream since I was a little boy, building cardboard spaceships.
Since I was a little boy, oh no, I'm going to say cardboard, building cardboard spaceships. When I was a little boy, I'll have you know, I used to dream of going to space in a cardboard box. That's right. I used to dream of going into space in a cardboard box. If I ever grow up to be big and rich and make myself a spaceship, and I'm telling people about how I made myself a spaceship, I'm going to tell them that when I was a child, I used to dream of going up in space in a cardboard spaceship. Or could it be that, you know, he's a human being? Could he have seen this video? Could he have seen it? Yeah, he could. Let's face it, people like that are not likely to be watching the Kardashians and crap like that, are they? They're going to be looking at stuff that's more fringe, more interesting. They might have come across this, and then when his handlers were saying to him, look dude, whatever you do, don't say the word cardboard, he went, yes, the lunacy lander, yeah, okay, got it. And then he goes and starts talking straight away. Yeah, when I was a child, you were dreaming of going to space, cardboard. Cardboard. I'm going to play it again. I love it.
Nearly 70 years for this.
Right, so what he's doing there, they said to him, and whatever you do, be emphatic. You know how you have to teach children now that smiling means happy and sad, you know, the expression of a sad person is mouth down at the corners, you know, because they're having to teach retarded, like, children who aren't fully human being, who can't pick up things like micro expressions or even macro expressions from their parents, because their parents are retarded. So they don't have that kind of mirror with which to mold themselves. So at schools, they're having to be taught, this is happy and this is sad. And I'm making the expressions, you might be able to detect that. My camera's not working, otherwise I'd show you. But you know what I mean. They do a smiley face for a smiley. These are, I was going to say gardening school children, teachers. No, kindergarten teachers. Yeah, happy, sad. So he's been told, be emphatic, because he's not a very emphatic guy. So, be big with your gestures. Watch.
The best feelings of my life. I mean, I've waited nearly 70 years for this.
Yeah, that's not a natural gesture for him. First, he's British. The British are more reserved than other people. But he's not in Britain, so, and he's got a much wider public than the British public. So it's like grin, do a lot of grinning, and do big expressive gestures so that the morons watching the TV thinking, oh, this is brilliant, so they can get excited too. Because if you don't tell them to get excited with things like gestures, then they might not detect that they should be excited. Yeah? So, let's see again.
The best feelings of my life. I mean, I've waited nearly 70 years for this, and it's been a dream since I was a little boy.
Now it's like, oh no, they said don't say cardboard.
Building cardboard cardboard spaceships.
It's almost like I wanted to say, "Caught! Can we do it again?" But then realised that he was live. Watch.
Nearly 70 years for this, and it's been a dream since I was a little boy, building cardboard spaceships.
You mean, again, spaceships like this one? And believe it or not, folks, there are apparently, supposedly, or reportedly, intelligent human beings who really think that this photo was taken on the moon and that this contraption is a precision engineering contraption. It's not what it looks like. Nope, it's something else. It looks like it's made, like Matt Powerland say it, looks like it's made out of like broomsticks and mop handles and curtain rods and cardboard. And what is that? Insulation? In fact, just space blankets wrapped around. Yeah, just that. They think that this is real. Like in the real world. Like really, in the real world, there are people who think that this is a real spacefaring thing that could withstand the vacuum of space with the interior of it pressurized. That's right. But never mind. Let's go back and watch some more. Wait, somebody's texting me. Oh, okay. Phew. I thought it might have been Eugene texting me to say, your audio's not coming out, or something like that. Right, so let's just go back and look at this whole thing. We're not going to watch all of it, and I'm not going to play it with audio because there's no point. There's newsreaders talking about it, but I'm going to take the audio off and we'll just watch it for, well, because it's kind of interesting, but also super tragic to see how the stupids are manipulated. Watch. So, he's gone out there into this crowd, all applauding, apart from these lads, okay? There's one lad applauding and there's another lad that's kind of sat on the floor or whatever. They're not reaching out to fist bump with him. No, he goes to them to fist bump. Yep, not very cool. It's a bit like a rock star going up to the crowd and offering his hand out to people who are not reaching out for him, you know, but never mind. He's a very simian looking guy. Look, fist bump. Oh yeah, fist bump. Yeah, fist bump. Okay, then watch. All he needs now is like to like complete the setup would be like a baby or something. Yep. Oh, there's a baby. Oh, there you go. Why did that person take a baby to a launch of a spaceship? It could turn out all wrong and everything explode and everyone dies. Plus, it's in the desert. It means quite a long drive, a long journey with a poor toddler, so that he can go, oh, little toddlers come here to see me go to space too. Watch again. Wave, wave, wave. Okay, Louis. And, oh yeah, fist bump, the high five. Yeah, that guy. Because that guy forgot you're supposed to fist bump. And he went, fist bump? Is this a fist? No, that's a palm. Ah, dagnabbit, I forgot. And then some more fist bumping. Yeah, you, and you, and you, and you. And no, not you. And you, and you, and you. Oh. They actually towed the thing out to the runway with a car. Or towed it around with, like, I don't know, a Range Rover or something. It wasn't a Tesla indestructible truck, whatever that thing's called. Yeah. Let me see if they show the footage of the thing being carted around, towed around like a caravan. No, it's in a different video. I'll find it and I'll show it. But first, I'm going to play him again doing the super emphatic, use your hands for emphasis. Oh, okay.
The best feelings of my life. I mean, I've waited nearly 70 years for this, and it's been a dream since I was a little boy, building cardboard spaceships.
He even does like this. Dagnam, this deflated. He's supposed to be really excited. You know, why not say, if he was, as a kid, if he was making cardboard things like, oh my God, that was so good. All my life I've been dreaming about this. Since I was a kid making myself cardboard spaceships, I've been dreaming about this. No, instead it's like, since I was a kid, I can hear myself saying cardboard, making cardboard spaceships.
Nearly 70 years for this, and it's been a dream since I was a little boy, building cardboard spaceships.
Now I know that the majority of the morons in this world won't be able to interpret his tone, his exhalation, his micro expressions as a sign that he's disappointed with what he has just said. They won't be able to interpret that. They won't be able to say, that guy just kind of betrayed himself. And by showing that he's betrayed himself, he's betraying himself again, and he's conscious of this. So watch it again.
So I was a little boy building cardboard spaceships.
Yeah. Now, just to say, I used to suffer from migraines. Now this is a massive digression, okay, but I used to suffer from migraines. And when I had migraines, sometimes I'd be speaking and you'd get this stabbing pain, and you'd do that too. You'd say, and you know, you'd catch yourself, whatever you're saying, yeah, I'll have a cheese sandwich. You'd do that, okay? But we can write off him having a migraine right now. How? Because it's in the sunlight. If you have a migraine, you're not going to stand in the sunlight. And if it's your venture, which it is, it would have said, you with the umbrella, bring it over here, I've got a migraine. Okay? So for those of you who have a little bit of education in psychology saying, no, he might have not been feeling well. Well, he just showed gestures of being elated, you know, with the hands up, like, wow. Yeah. So, see this, like, amazing. So chances of him having a migraine and saying, maybe I just said cardboard, like that, because of a migraine, nil, none, not likely, not just not likely, into the negative range. You know, like if you've got from 0 up numbers and from 0 down negative numbers, well then negative numbers for the possibility of him having a migraine right now. Why? Apart from anything else, because of all the endorphins and all the adrenaline. This is just after he's been to space. Okay? So,
nearly 70 years for this, and it's been a dream since I was a little boy, building cardboard spaceships.
Building, So that's it, pretty much. I just wanted to share that. Right now, I'm going to go into the chat, see how you folks are all doing, and I can't believe that how obvious. Oh no, wait, sorry. I was going to show you some of the other videos. Some of the other videos with the thing being towed.
Space obviously captures our imagination.
Oops, audio off. Don't want copyright strikes for the audio. And just looking for the footage of the thing being, you know, carried around like a caravan. Where is it? Must have been a different one. Just a second. I'll find it. Let me refresh, and then the little red bars will appear, showing which ones I've watched. Oh, no, they're not appearing. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, maybe this one. Or was that the same one? Yeah, it might be the same one. Or not. Let's play some of this. Some of this amazing. Oh, yeah. So, remember yesterday? So, if some of you guys missed yesterday's class, go and catch up. It's yesterday's stream. In it, I showed how propagandists take photos of things like, well, special hygiene people for the COVID thing, which is very rapidly disappearing. None of these people wearing masks. Okay, so quick distraction, space, yeah, cardboard and stuff. But for the propaganda, you have these soulless people dressed in like biohazard suits, kind of, and pretending to clean things. So that's what they do. They just stand there as if they're cleaning, and people take photos, and then they show those photos, and people, stupids, go, oh look, he was just photographed cleaning something. So now I want you to pay attention to him standing stock still so they can do the same kind of thing. It's a very simple technique. It's just stand still, we take lots of shots, and then we choose the best one for the magazines and whatnot. Watch. It's so pathetic when you know what they're doing. It is so ridiculous. Just stand very still. There you go. Watch. There's just something so funny about this. Yep. Just tow it out there. Oh my God. It just... sorry, but I find the whole thing so very, very funny. What? Bezos is going up to space on the 20th. I'll go on the 14th. Yep, that's right. Nobody will think that it's all a ploy to distract from the fact that NASA is being handed over to private organizations so that NASA can't be held accountable by the institutional bodies in the US government that hold things like NASA accountable for things. See? So Holden, if it's still Holden or Golden, the guy that was the head of NASA. Oh, 1 second. Hello. Hey, I can't talk. I'm in the middle of something. So, what's he saying? Yeah. So the head of NASA. Now NASA doesn't exist anymore. Now they can't hold him accountable for things that NASA did because he doesn't know. Because he hasn't got the records or anything. It doesn't it's all finished. See? You know, like the astronauts who went to the moon and then were asked about going to the moon, and some of them said, hey, don't ask me, we were just passengers, you know? Like that. So NASA is being handed over to private organizations, and private organizations have things like trade secrets they can hide behind. See? You know, that's the kind of thing that Zuckerberg does. And Bezos. That's how they end up not paying taxes. Anyway, so what was I going to say just before the phone rang? Getting distracted. I was like at the top of a slope where I'm going to ski down and really enjoy it, metaphorically speaking. Yeah, so when you can see the propaganda tools being used, you know, like people standing stock still and walking around, and then, like, paradoxically, the thing not being carried out by some special airport type equipment, no, just jack it up to that car. Yeah, just hook it up like a caravan. Yeah, and just take it out there. But wait, don't we have to then attach it to that other thing that it uses to fly very high? Yeah, so, well, why don't we attach it and then carry it all out? No, use a car. It'll make it feel more accessible to people. People will think, hey, if I had a really, really big drive, I could have one of those planes and carry it around like a caravan. Yeah, I could. It's all possible. I've seen it. Must be possible because I saw it. Oh yeah, I've completely forgotten the thing that I was going to say. So instead, I'm going to go into the chat and see how you're all doing. Oh my gosh, it is just so... Oh yeah, so here's the thing that I realised from chatting with someone. Lots of us, yours truly, like mainly, from what I know, because I have experience of me doing things a lot more than experience of anybody else doing things. you try to inform people about the world, about how things work, and about how things are lied about, and all these things. But people don't want to know. So I realized, hey, you can save yourself a heck of a lot of time and energy and have a nicer life, because telling people stuff that they can't deal with, about which they challenge you for proof, and then you show them proof, and they go, that's not good enough proof, I want different kinds of proof, that kind of thing, it's kind of exhausting. But we have this compulsion to do it, very much like, I made this analogy a long time ago, very much like somebody who knows that the well is poisoned, going to other people to say, don't drink from that well, it's poisoned. Yeah, we have this compulsion. So I realized today, save yourself all of the hassle. Before you tell anybody anything, you can say to them, hey, would you like to know something about the world that you're probably not aware of? And the people that you're talking to will likely say, not really. In which case, oh, okay, fine, save myself a lot of time. They might say, oh, depends what it's about. Say, oh, it's about your soul being raped. Oh, no, I don't want to hear about that. Oh, okay, so it's about, I don't know, plans to euthanize people. No, don't want to hear about that. Okay. But the point is, if you say to people, hey, would you like to hear something you've probably never heard of before? I think, I myself, I'm going to try it out. In fact, that's what I'm going to do from now on when talking to people face to face. Before I tell them anything, they'll talk about COVID. Oh, I've got my jab. Instead of me saying, oh, have you heard about such and such and such? Instead, I'm going to say, oh, you've had the jab. Okay, well, good for you. But would you like to know something about the jab that you're probably not aware of? And chances are they'll say, no, not really. Okay, thanks for that. Another cup of tea? I'm not presenting. Yes, no, I'm not presenting. I'm showing a black screen on purpose, because otherwise it'd just be the face of a... Oh, no, I'll tell you what. I will show the Lunacy Lander. Yeah, give me a second. So thanks for that. But I'm aware that I'm not presenting, that I was showing a black screen, which plays the audio better, but obviously it's not so fun for you guys. So what I'll do is I'll play this video with no audio. I'll turn the audio down and I'll just let it play. And whilst I go into the chat and see what you're all saying and doing and whatnot. Yeah, so folks, all of you guys there's so many of us, by the way, there are so many of us. Thank God for 9/11 and thank God for this COVID thing. It has woken up more, those two events have woken up more people, have snapped people out of their stupor more than anything could have done. So, thank God for it. Anyway, now I'm in the chat, I'm scrolling and I'm looking at you guys. See, if any of you want to bring my attention to anything, please highlight my name. And I'll read your comment out and respond to it if I can. Yeah. The edge of space. Yeah, went to the edge of space. What do you mean, edge of space? I thought the atmosphere faded away to nothing. If that's the case, there isn't an edge, is there? Dim Dim, don't you understand the term fade? How can you think that the atmosphere just diminishes with less and less pressure, less and less gas molecules? Yet somehow there being an edge. Oh no, it's just a term that we use for stupids. We mean really, really high. But if we said really, really high, they might go, I think I might be stupid, and these people are talking to me like I'm stupid. Because let's face it, they said, Richard Branson has just gone really, really high. It's not that impressive, is it? Instead, Richard Branson just went to the edge of space. Like, ooh, the edge of space? It's not like a seashore. Oh yeah, he went to the edge of the sea. Just, what a funny world. Mitchell Photographic Instagram. You sound like you're doing great, and I'm happy to hear that. Thank you. Please make some videos that really make us think outside the box. Not like I'm telling you what to do. Okay. Yeah, don't make that nabbit. Flat Earth banner. Yes, it's a good thing Richard Branson didn't say, oh, when I was a kid, I used to dream of going to space in a cardboard box. Later, when I was a teenager, I used to dream of going to space from my tweaker shelter. Let's see. Let's see. Vladimir Smogitel says, this well-known British shill said that taking people to the edge of space is like taking them to the edge of Narnia and showing them your closet. Well, it's not really. It's very much not like that. That guy, unfortunately, is not very good at similes or analogies. He's not very bright. Like, really, he's just truly not very bright. That's why he can't hold his own with any debate, and that's why he can't present anything alone to any kind of satisfactory degree. He just can't. That's why he surrounds himself with lots of other people. Otherwise, people go, geez, this guy is dense and boring. Anyway, there you go. Disobey writes, made his money ripping off Mike Oldfield for the Tubular Bells album, made a sir by some old evil, B-I-T-C-H, and thinks he can fool the world with his wankery. Well, yeah, it's part of his job. It's part of his job. Look, there are people in the world out there whose job it is to try to fool the vast majority of the population. And the vast majority of the population are generally pretty dim and generally believe that the Earth is a globe. Then there's the other bunch of population who don't believe that the Earth is a globe, but out of those guys, there's also a large chunk that are also not very bright. And for those guys, there are people like the one I was just referring to, who are not very bright, who put not very bright arguments too. So you have not very bright people putting not very bright arguments to other not very bright people. So this Narnia and closet and whatnot, it's like, no, can you like show me the parity? How, in what way is any of that like saying edge of space? It isn't really, is it? Anyway. Hey, Music Rum. Nice to see you, by the way. Looks sturdy. Yeah. By the way, Vladimir Smogitel. I say this because I spent a long time making hangouts with that individual. Lots and lots. I don't know if he still has him on his channel, but I don't know, 100, 50, 80, more than 100, I forget. Lots. I made lots and lots of hangouts with him, with the mechanics of the fourth wall, which was my idea. Just like the sun tracking sessions were my idea. Because of course, not very bright people, part of the reason not very bright people are not very bright is because they don't have a lot of ideas. That's one of the things that distinguishes bright people from not very bright. The amount and type of ideas. Yeah? Okay. And I'll tell you somebody else who's like, oh, no, forget it. I'm not going to go into bitching about other people or just other so-called flat earthers. Nah, you know what? See for yourself. Look at the Bible and where it says you will judge them by their fruits, and just see for yourself. Right, sorry, I'm making myself a roll up, and it's very warm in the UK right now. Ooh, that's a good question. RT asks, it has become crystal clear that we in this community can easily see through the staged foolery, but others cannot. Is the gap destined to only widen with no solution? So, RT, yesterday I addressed what you're asking, well, kind of addressed it, in yesterday's Hangout, where I made reference to Philip K. Dick and his discussion on what he referred to as the computer program or the Matrix. So you have to go and listen to it. It's too complex for me to get into right now. But it's basically a discussion about how realities diverge. And although realities diverge, it doesn't necessarily mean that countries and planes diverge, but the realities. So we only know our reality to a very limited extent. We don't know other people's reality unless they happen to be in the same sphere of influence and are being influenced by the same things that we are. But even at that point, we can have different opinions or different experiences of that which is influencing both. Now, in this world, we're having people that are very, very brainwashed, and we have people that are kind of seeing through the brainwashing and are a bit trepidatious, a bit, ooh, I don't like this feeling. The organizations, the thing that I trusted is turning out to appear very untrustworthy. And there are these other guys who've been screaming about them being not trustworthy. And some of the things they're saying, like, hey, remember when we went to war? Hey, remember when these things? Hey, remember all those vaccines that killed people and weren't withdrawn from the market? Those guys seem to be saying stuff that's true. And then there are the guys screaming, for God's sake, don't drink out of the freaking poison well. Anyway. The foil tape on the grey door, yeah. And the cardboard, the door has what looks like either somebody is drawn on it with lipstick or with like a red marker. If you look at it closely, it's like, what is this? I mean, if this is what we're seeing on this door, then what the heck is on the other side? Because let's face it, if the other side of the door was completely blank cardboard, then they would have shown that. But if the other side of the box said, you know, Del Monte, you know, and people might go, hey, I think that's not a real lunar lander. Yeah, what the heck is that Del Monte cardboard doing on the door? So, like, really, and the truth is, they weren't, when they took all of those photographs, which they released on purpose, okay, these are photos released by NASA, okay, they're the ones that have the very high quality photos, and they released those very high quality photos. But that's not what the majority of the world saw. They saw the very grainy footage in black and white. So, the vast majority of the world don't know about the cardboard on this lunar lander. And if you go to somebody who doesn't know about it and you say, look at this, the brain goes, nope, can't be right, must be faked, must be from some TV show that they were making about the moon, must be anything to not accept what's being shown. You could then show them the photographs on the NASA website, on their gallery of images, and show the photos and say, look, it really is from NASA. It's not from some company that was making some TV show for a Saturday morning children's program or anything like that. It really is from NASA. This really is what NASA claimed landed on the moon, and later the top portion of it flew off into space while the camera tracked its motion. Yeah, it tracked it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So when you point this out to Globelings, they either say, well, they must have had the camera on some kind of gimbal and on some kind of timer. Yeah, really on a timer. And they knew, like, they synchronized the timer here with when they were going to take off, or they were remote controlling it from the Earth, or maybe even remote controlling it from the lunar module that was making circles, 75, I think it was, orbits off the moon, something like that. Yeah. Now, here's a thought that I've been entertaining lately. You know how the globe Earth rotates? And the rotation of the globe Earth, as Neil deGrasse Tyson pointed out, if it was to stop, everything would be flung off. Everything would fly off. If the rotation stopped, the inertial momentum of all of the things on it will fly off at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator and 400 miles in Murmansk, and different velocities based on where they are on the rotating sphere. Now, the sphere itself attracts through gravity towards its core, but its spin counters some of that attraction. So, say the Earth stopped spinning. At first, everything would fly off, but if people held on really tight and they didn't fly off, then after that moment of impulse, they would be heavier than they had been when the Earth was spinning, because the centrifugal force that was acting on them when it was spinning is no longer acting on them. Therefore, they must be heavier, proportional to how much less centrifugal force is acting on them. You get me? Good. Now, the moon is supposed to be 6 times less dense than the Earth, 6 times lighter, 6 times less gravity. But the moon is not spinning on its axis once every 24 hours a day. Instead, it's spinning on its axis once a month, which means the centrifugal force on the moon is much lesser than the centrifugal force on the Earth. The centrifugal force caused by its spin. So, if the moon's density is 6 times less than that of Earth, but the moon's centrifugal force is much weaker than that on Earth because it is not spinning at thousands of miles an hour, then it shouldn't be a case that things on the moon are 6 times lighter than on Earth, should they? No, they shouldn't. How much lighter should they be? I don't know, you do the math. But certainly not 6 times lighter. So, I've been thinking about this, going, interesting. Maybe I should do a video about this. Maybe I should do a video with drawings showing lines, vectors, and oh look, this is what's supposed to be happening. But on the moon, this other thing is happening. So how could it be just the gravity that changes and not anything to do with the centrifugal force? So of course the Globelings will say, well, what it is that the centrifugal force on the Earth is so low that it's almost insignificant. Then you go, wait, if it's so low to be almost insignificant, then Neil deGrasse Tyson would have been wrong when he said that if the Earth stopped, everything would go flying off at hundreds of miles an hour. See? Can't have them both. Anyway, so the kind of thoughts I entertain from time to time. Oh, by the way, okay, so the book. Oh, it's going to be so good. I am so looking forward to it being out and just out. Because there's so much I want to talk about that I'm not talking about. Because I want people to get it really well from the book. I might even do an audio version of the book as chapters on this channel where I just read a chapter at a time and upload it. I don't know. But yeah, that's... especially yesterday, I almost slipped up and said something, and I'm keeping it on purpose. I'm making sure I don't mention what the main crux, so that I can blow Globling's minds with it. Flat earthers, especially some of the flat earthers, some of you guys in the chat, will be like, yeah, hey, oh yeah, of course, yeah, huh, never thought of that, but yeah, oh yeah, I've been thinking this too. That's what lots of you will be thinking. The Globlings will be like, oh jeez, oh, that nabbit, I can't believe a flat earther freaking realised this, made us all look like complete imbeciles, especially physicists. Just that thing looks heavy. Not as heavy as it was supposed to be, which is as heavy as a bulldozer. Yeah, dropped for the last 10 or 15 feet on those rickety legs. Bulldozer. So let's say a bulldozer weighed a sixth of what a bulldozer weighs on Earth, and you dropped it. Do you think those spindly legs would handle the pressure? I don't. Anyway, yeah, guys, that's it. I'm enjoying. Oh, looks like the video is running. It is finishing. Danny Diesel's video. Danny, dude, I love you for it. Right, folks, I'm going to bail. I'm going to let you get back to your stuff and just enjoy your own thoughts. Look at the world and just appreciate how amazingly exposed things are becoming. Enjoy it. And keep your eyes open for the shills in the flat earth to start disappearing. Just disappearing. And making no more mention. Just going. Just disappearing. Look for that. Because as they start noticing that the truth is being exposed, they'll soon realize that the truth about themselves will be exposed too. And they will disappear the same way David Wise disappeared from the 9/11 discussions.